All right, y'all, let's go. Let's jump straight in. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm not crazy. We're here again. If this is your first time here, this is where we just talk ball. Usually we're on the film. We're breaking down the game through the X's and O's, watching the tape, getting all the best angles, seeing everything that's great. You feel me? But on I'm Not Crazy, it's where we just talk the game. It's a conversation. So feel free to jump into the conversation, comment, tell me what you're thinking. This is an interactive viewing. I need you to talk. I'm talking. I need you to talk back. Let's have a conversation. You feel me? All right, look, here we go. Shedeur Sanders, man. First NFL game time. Finally, it seemed like we've all been waiting for this moment, and it finally came today. And I'm not going to lie to y'all, I was not watching this Cleveland game. So I don't know if Dillon Gabriel tripped over his own shoelace and had to go out there. If he had an ingrown toenail, if he got abducted by aliens. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know. I can't tell you that. I wasn't watching the game. But what I do know is when Shedeur took the field, my phone started blowing up. I turned that thing on. Let's go. Let's see what's going on with 12. Long awaited. Long anticipated. You know what I'm saying? But for real, I saw what we've been seeing. I don't know. How do y'all feel? Talk to me. Tell me now before I get going. How do y'all feel Shedeur came out there and played on his first go-round? I think the ball came out of his hand nice. Tight spirals. It was spinning. But the same issues that we saw in the preseason, the same issues that we saw at Colorado, they're still there. I wish that Shedeur would have hit the field and would have and set it on fire. But I understand. I wasn't too alarmed with the first pick. Bad ball. You're throwing the ball where you think your receiver is going to be. You're not reading the defense. That's one thing. It's like, come on now. You didn't see the corner sitting in the flat. You're trying to throw an out route. You're trying to throw it on time and in rhythm, but even if your receiver was there, he wouldn't have caught the ball. You threw it too far ahead, and the DB was sitting right there. That wasn't the read. Bad ball. You can't do that. I'm gonna say that was jitters. I'm gonna put that one on your first game. You wired up. You've been waiting. It's time to go out there. You scramble to go out there and play. First drive. But what really stood out to me and the things I think that Shedeur must work on and must improve to get better if he really wants to have a shot to have success in this league is the footwork. It's the pace that he plays with. You have to be back there and you have to operate on time. You got to understand that you cannot just hold the ball. I know Shedeur wants to make a play very often. He wants to extend the play, roll out, and hit something. But you can't do that all the time. The long sacks is what destroys drives. The long sacks are what have coaches looking at you, have GMs looking at you, have these fan bases looking at you and saying, this guy can't play. We've seen it too many times with Shedeur. He sits back in the pocket and he holds the ball for an extended period of time. He's going to take a deep sack. He's not fast. He can play quick at times. The play where he rolls out, he missed the touchdown. You see the pace he played that. When he hits a little quick roll, comes back and throws the ball on the run. That was quick. It was decisive. You were moving. You had a purpose. When you sit back there, wait. Nothing's happening at that point. That's when you're holding the ball for so long, you're getting sacked. 12-yard loss, 13-yard loss, 15-yard loss. Like, you can't do that. You cannot have success in the NFL holding on to the ball, taking sacks like that. That has to change. When I think of Shedeur and I think of the time that he has had in the NFL so far and the expectation that he's had in the NFL so far, people want to see him touch the ball and just all come together, all just be magic, all just for him just to either take over the world, right? And he has I don't know, I've never seen anyone that have a cult following like Shedeur has. Shedeur is the number one topic in the NFL. He just took his first snaps in week, 11? He just took his first snaps today. He's been the most popular name throughout the whole entire season. By far. By far the most popular player, most polarizing player. He just took his first snaps today against the Ravens in the second half, right? I didn't expect him to go out here and set the world on fire his first time touching the ball, but I just wanted him to be ready for the moment and to go out there and just shine and do the little things right. Like I said, the ball came out of his hand nice. It was flying. It had pace. That's what you want to see. That's encouraging. That's what we have not seen from Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel has been out there skipping the ball like a rock. He's been out there looking lost. Shedeur looked like he belonged. His arm looked like an NFL arm. It's just he was still doing the little things that always have caused him trouble, and that's what I don't like to see. But then you go back and say, oh, he hasn't had any reps. That's the first thing y'all gonna say. He hasn't been with the ones. Yeah, but how the NFL works, only one person's truly getting the reps. Even when the twos come in, they're getting limited reps. I'm not going to just blame that on just the reps of him not getting the ball out quick. Maybe him not having the timing he needs to hit the receivers. We can say that is on the reps, because if you're not playing with somebody, if you're not practicing with them, you may be off rhythm of playing, delivering the ball on time. I will say that is a big thing. But he controls how quickly he can get the ball out of his hand. He controls when the play is over with, just getting the ball out, throwing it away. I said this before. We watched a lot of Shedeur film here. If you're new here, take a look around the channel. We've watched preseason games. We watched college games. We've led up into the season a lot of film of Shedeur, and it was always one consistent thing that caused the issues. It was the footwork. When the footwork is slow, when he's not ready to operate, when he's not ready to throw the ball, he looks like he can't play. That is his biggest issue, is getting the ball out of his hand and operating with pace. When he has time, you saw when he hit the deep over route. It looks good. NFL arm. There's a reason he threw for so many touchdown passes. There's a reason he had such a high completion percentage in college. He wasn't dinking and dumping the whole time. He was taking shots down the field. The arm is there. Now the next step is picking this up. The mind. You have to be able to go through your reads quick. You have to be able to understand when to dump the ball off, when to go and just run and get yards, when to throw it out of bounds. You got to eat it sometimes. You can't be back there taking sacks. You can't be back there putting your team in negative situations. That's what they hold against you. I'm very curious to see what Stefanski says in the team meeting. Oh, not team meeting, in the press conference after the game. I'm not quite sure what he's going to say. I'm very interested to see how they're going to handle the situation with Shedeur and Dylan moving forward. But the cat's out the bag. He's going to have to continue to play now. The short span of playing that we saw from Shedeur showed enough where he deserves more time to play. That's 100%. I don't think anyone can deny that. If we've been watching Dylan Gabriel go out here and play if we've been watching Dylan Gabriel go out here and look like he's scared to go and operate, I think the Browns owe it to not only their fans, but to the players in the locker room to give Shedeur an opportunity to get the reps at practice, to go out there and start in the game and have the confidence of being the starter when you step on the field. I don't think there are a lot of people in the building that truly believe in him from the upper management stance. The building may be split. They say some believe, some don't. I'm not quite sure how many truly believe. But what I do know is when you have the opportunity and when you're the guy, and when they say you're the guy, and you don't have to be looking over your shoulder every little couple seconds, like, man, they're going to put me out the game. I don't know. I'm trying to do this. You got to go out there and play free like I'm the man. Dylan Gabriel was allowed to go out there and play free for how many weeks now? 4 or 5 weeks? And go out there and just do whatever. And he hasn't done much at all. Nothing spectacular. I think he's almost closed the book on his NFL career as a starter. That's how quickly the window closes. When you get an opportunity, you have to run. If you don't run with that opportunity, the time will pass you and they will be looking for the next option. I don't think the plan was for Shedeur to ever get into the game until Deshaun Watson was healthy. I think they were trying to have a bridge from Dylan to Deshaun. They said Deshaun's getting ready to practice now. They said that earlier today, his window's about to open up. I feel like that was the plan, but it's weird because you have Shedeur at 2. You couldn't hide him too much longer. The management in Cleveland is terrible. Andrew Berry, Kevin Stefanski, they don't know what they're doing, man. It's just simple as that. Barry's been there for 10 years. We can talk about that another day because I know how that goes firsthand. And the thought process and player selection and all that, and is mind-blowing when you think of the decisions that's happened in the time frame from when I walked in the building in Cleveland until now. It's been just chaos, right? That's another story. With Shedeur, he must be given a real chance, bigger than the small selection today, and I think he will get that. But for him to succeed, Shedeur must pick up the pace. You have to play like you are ready to operate. No more rolling out to the side. You're trying to look back, trying to throw it. You hitting Kyle Hamilton in the hands. You can't do that. You cannot make plays like that. When you're being judged on a high level, when you're being judged on I wouldn't say a weighted scale, but let's call it like it is. Like, I think most people are waiting for every little thing for Shedeur to say, man, that's a failure. Also, on the other hand, they're sort of waiting for him to do one little thing right and say, that's a major success. It's a weird time. It's a weird space that Shedeur's in. Like I said, the most controversial player in the NFL who just played his first snaps today. He had a couple moments. The ball came out his hand. It looked good today. He had more moments where him holding on to the ball was still concerning. Not just for this game, but to me, it's just like the development of a player. Yeah, you can say he hasn't taken the snaps at practice. He hasn't taken the reps in the game. But you have to constantly work on your game. Y'all follow Shedeur, right? Y'all see what he's doing online, right? He posting, he working out over here, he's working out over there, you're doing this. If you're doing all this and that, then pick it up all ways. Don't waste no time because they're not going to wait on you. They're going to use you up and ship you out. And when you you carry the weight of being a fifth rounder, because that's what it is, your opportunities are limited. You're not a first rounder. So you have to be sharp when you hit the ground. Why Brock Purdy took off in the league is because when he got his shot, he was on fire. He went out there and won a game, and they just said, oh, my God, this guy is the absolute man. Look, today, he was on fire. Still, it's been years. Took his team to the Super Bowl, took his team to NFC Championship. He just hit the ground running on fire. Not the same situation, but that's how it works, though. When you're a low-round pick, you have to be ready to shine. They don't care about anything else in this league. They just care about the moment. You're slated, your draft stock. That's why it's important to get drafted high. That's why it was important when he slid that it was a big deal because now you're put on a different level than the other guys. That's why they could justify playing Dylan Gabriel all these weeks saying, that's our third rounder. Why are we going to play this guy? This is our third rounder. When in reality, it shouldn't mean anything. But it means a lot in the NFL on a player like structure, in a player personnel structure, not personnel on the field, personnel is on the team. Guys are organized and categorized and ranked by how they came in until you hit that next level, until you get that next deal. Until you break yourself out of that category, you're stuck in that category and they only see you a certain way, regardless of who you are. It's a crazy world, man. It's a crazy league. And it's not always fair, but what is fair is life. You got to learn to adjust and roll with the punches and be ready for whatever's to come, right? Hey, look, man, it's going to be a great week. We got a lot of ball to talk. If you made it this far, I should have said this at the beginning. I keep forgetting. I need y'all to sign up for the Patreon if you want the best experience. I don't need y'all to do it. If y'all want to do it. If you want the best experience, hit the link in the description. Sign up for Patreon. Ad-free, interruption-free. It's the place to be. You get all the videos first. You get them all without any ads from the beginning to the end. I'm dropping back to back to back to back to back. Don't y'all miss out, man. We got a lot more to talk about this week. I just wanted to get on here and talk about Shedeur real quick. Good start. No, I ain't going to say all that now. I'm not going to say good start. A couple moments. Good job getting your feet wet. Take a deep breath. You played an NFL game. That's major by itself. What you did today won't keep you in the league. What you showed is you can play in the league, but what you also showed is you need a lot of work, and it's time to get to work. If anything, we see Shedeur sit on the bench, looking like he's a little down at the end of the game. Use this as motivation and come back and ready to play. Come back ready to play with a fire under you tomorrow. It starts now. Time is ticking. I'm telling you, time does not wait. They don't wait around in these NFL buildings. They're always looking for the next best option. You have to go out there and push the issue and show that it's you. I'm not saying they want to see you fail, but they're waiting for you to fail. And if you're not ready to take over the moment, they have someone else they're going to put in line. And it's not going to be fair. Remember that, y'all. It's not fair. It's the NFL. What's the NFL stand for? Not for long. They don't care. They don't care. There's always a new group. There's always a new batch. There's always a new player. And they do it however they want to do it. These guys who are in position do it how they want to do it. So you got to be sharp when you get your opportunity. That's why I always talk about being sharp on the film. You be sharp so you take away all the doubt. When you remove the doubt, they can't hold you back over anything else. Remove the doubt. Go out there and perform. Hey, man, I'm going to put the link to the videos of the other videos I've made for Shedeur in the description. If you want to see more from the preseason, if you want to see more from college, I've been saying the same stuff. I'm not making this stuff up. It's the footwork. It's the movement. You got to play at the right pace. You got to get the ball out and know where to go and operate exactly that way. The arm is there. Can he put the whole package together? We're going to find out. The film's out tomorrow, y'all. We're watching the film. We're going to be on the film. We're going to watch this a couple times this week. I'm going to compare Shedeur to another quarterback in the NFL who's also a slow mover. Not the quickest guy. You know what I'm saying? Not the quickest feet, because Shedeur ain't got them feet like his daddy. He ain't got those. Nah, he ain't got those. So you got to do what you do. You got to work what you got. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Keep staying locked in with me. We got more games to watch, more players to break down, more film to see. You with me? All right, then. Let's go.